Hi everybody, my name is David and I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about health insurance plans for people who are on a low income, specifically about how to save the most money or how to get the right plan for you. First off, I just want to talk a little bit about my background. I am a former financial advisor and health, life, and disability insurance agent. I'm also a self-employed entrepreneur that has his own health insurance policy. So I have a little bit of specialized knowledge when it comes to this, and hopefully some of the tips that I give you today will help you to choose the right plan for you. First off, I just want to say the best and easiest way to save money on health expenses is to lead a healthier lifestyle. Now, I know that's a little bit, obvious, but if you really are on a low budget and you're trying to save money, then you should really consider making some healthier choices. If you can, eating healthier, exercising, and make sure that those things that do pop up um, that really cost you a lot of money in the medical side, that you try to avoid them as much as possible. Take preventative care. Now, if you think you're doing a good job of that and you need a health insurance policy, the best way to save money is through a group health insurance plan. Now, I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you probably don't have access to a group plan, but you can try. If you are unemployed and you're looking for a job, there are a lot of places that will give you a health insurance plan right off the bat. Starbucks, what does it for their part-time employees. And also, there's a lot of organizations you can get it through, such as your university or some social groups that have group health plans. They are few and far between, but that is usually the best way to save money on your health insurance, especially if they subsidize it. But if that isn't an option and you're looking for an individual plan or for a family plan, then there's a lot of options out there about how to craft the plan, because what you choose is eventually going to either save you money or cost you money. And basically, what I think is the best thing to do, and this is just my opinion, a lot of people are disagreeing with me on this, is to get a plan that is for emergencies only, and try not to go to the doctor all too much. Essentially, if you get a plan with a high deductible, and the deductible being the amount of money that you'll need to pay in any given year before your insurance plan will kick in, other than doctor visits or things that require a copay, uh, the higher that it is, the lower your premium is going to be. The difference between a $5,000 deductible and 1,000 is pretty astronomical, and even the difference between 1,000 and $0 deductible is also astronomical. So the higher it is, the more money you're going to save on your monthly premiums. But the more money you might end up spending during your given year. So if you're like myself and you really don't spend anything on medical expenses on a regular basis, for example, in all 2009, I spent $0, whopping $0 on medical expenses. So really, I did not need a $0 deductible. That just would have cost me through the roof for for a low deductible plan, for a $0 deductible plan. 5,000 or $10,000 would have done fine for me to protect me in case I needed some kind of operation. Now, if you are somebody um, who who probably wants to go for an emergency plan, you may want to also take a look at some of the other benefits, which is a health savings account, otherwise known as the HSA, which allows you to put contributions into an account that acts like an IRA, so that your contributions are tax deductible, and then you can actually pay out of that account, usually with a debit card, to a doctor or for any other expenses that you have, um, without incurring a penalty. Now, if you take it out with without using it for medical expenses, then you will incur a penalty, and you also really won't be able to touch the money until retirement, in which time when you do take out the money, you will take it out and it will be taxable. So it's not, like a whole beautiful thing where you're just going to save a whole boatload of money It is a good option for people who want to save money for retirement and also think that they're going to be spending a little bit of money, or that they might spend a little bit of money on medical expenses. This HSA is only available to people in 2010 who have a deductible of at least $1,200 for singles or $2,400 for families. So it is for only high deductible plans. Okay. The next thing that you can do if you're looking to save money is to get like a mini medical plan, which will cover you for like doctor visits and prescription drugs and some hospital visits, but won't cover you really for a lot of expensive operations or big emergencies, long hospital stays, things to that effect. And really, I don't really like this idea because while you might save in the short term on your premiums, and you might save a little bit about, as far as going to the doctor, like right now, if something were to happen, you may really get the shaft by the hospital. You might really get bad care, and usually on these high deductible plans, you will be able to get some kind of like coverage for going to regular doctor visits and stuff like that. I don't really see much of a benefit of getting these mini medical plans, but they are an option if you really can't spend money on this stuff and you're going to the doctor a lot and you're getting a lot of prescription drugs. This might be appropriate for you. The other thing is that there are other factors in plans such as like alternative care, pregnancy coverage, what kind of coverage you get, what your copay levels are for your doctor visits or psychiatric care. If you really want a cheap plan, take all the bells and whistles out, take all the things that you don't need out. Make sure you get a plan that's just kind of skin and bones. If it's a $5,000 deductible, if it's a 0% coinsurance and it really doesn't cover anything else besides emergencies, you're gonna have a pretty low premium. The coinsurance, the more the lower percentage of coinsurance that you need to pay on a plan, obviously is going to raise your premium coverage. But if you do have a $100,000 surgery or something like that, or a long hospital stay, then you're going to be liable for a lot of money. You might owe the hospital a lot of money, and they may actually call upon you to give you that money to give them some money before they let you stay a very long time. So a 0% coinsurance can be really helpful to defer some of those really major costs in an emergency. Those are pretty much, that's pretty much how you're going to save the most money as far as, if you're on a low income. And, the other options are, if you're a student, you can get a cheap plan, so you may consider enrolling in a community college if you want to learn something. Obviously that's going to cost you more money, but you get to learn something and you get cheaper medical insurance. Again, go with the group health insurance, that's always the cheapest. But also compare plans, because there are literally hundreds of different plans out there, and insurance companies are changing their pricing models all the time. So while Blue Cross Blue Shield might be $50 a month for Plan A, this month it might be $70 a month, 6 months down the line. And the same might happen for Aetna or whatever, Citgo. So, or sorry, not Citgo, Cigna. And basically, you just want to make sure that you go to a reputable site that has a reputation for getting the lowest insurance premiums. And I think the best site for that is eHealth Insurance. And they really make it easy, and they let you search by all sorts of factors. And they really do get the lowest prices. And I don't really think there's any really outlying sites out there that you might go to and just find a brilliantly low plan. That doesn't really exist all that much, because in the insurance industry, just like any other industry, they're looking to make money off you, not save you money on medical expenses. So do yourself a favor, go to ehealthinsurance.com, or also go to my website, check out some more tips. If there's anything I didn't mention in this video, it's buyingindividualhealthinsurance.com. Buyingindividualhealthinsurancetips.com. And go there. I've written many posts about all different sorts of things. Good luck in your search.